Good afternoon, it's meteorologist Michael Fecka. Welcome back to the 2:30 afternoon news and weather update. We do this every day here, Monday through Friday. We start off with a look at our forecast and we'll transition over to our top news headlines for the afternoon. So stick around to get your fill of news and weather. But looking at our weather headlines here for tonight, it's Halloween. It's been a gorgeous day out there, plenty of sunshine. Temperatures are on the cooler side, only in the mid to upper 50s, and will likely stay in the mid, maybe even lower 50s by the time we get into trick-or-treating hours, but it'll be dry, nature's treat for tonight. But we do have some tricks up our sleeve as we get into Saturday. We do have the chance for some scattered showers, maybe a few rumbles of thunder, but we're not expecting anything too impactful. And then looking ahead to next week, we should remain fairly dry with temperatures gradually warming back up into the mid, maybe even upper 60s by the middle of next week before cooling back down by the end of next week and into next weekend. But looking at our setup right now, we're kind of caught in between two waves of low pressure. We had this area of low pressure move through on Wednesday into Thursday, and that brought us all that rain and wind and cooler temperatures. Since yesterday, it has cleared off to our north and east. We have high pressure building in right now, and that's going to keep things dry through the rest of the night tonight. But we have this front here off to our northwest. That's going to swing through tomorrow, and that's going to kick up the chance for some of those showers and even a few maybe rumbles of thunder. But taking a look at our visible satellite, again, mostly sunny. We've got a few fair weather cumulus clouds maybe popping up just off to our east, and looking back off to our west, there's that chance for some rain that's developing over areas of Nebraska right now, and that is what's going to move into our direction for tomorrow. But looking at our current temperatures, we've cracked around 60 degrees up towards Mount Carmel, 59 in Oakland City, and same thing out towards Lewisport, sitting at around 58 in Evansville and Henderson, and also at the warm spot on the map, 61 down towards Greenville. And you may have noticed there is a little bit of a breeze out of the west, gusts up to 15 miles per hour are possible here through the next hour or two. But as that sun sets, those winds will start to relax a little bit, so it won't be quite as nippy as you're headed out the door for trick-or-treating. But it is still going to be chilly out there. Temperatures again in the low to mid 50s by the time you're headed out the door. This is what the temperatures are expected to be by around 6 o'clock tonight, with maybe a few more clouds streaming in from the west. We will notice an increase in the cloud cover overnight tonight and into tomorrow. And if you're not headed out for any candy on trick-or-treating, or you're going to be headed out to Friday night football, it's also going to be, again, a chilly night out there. You definitely want to bring your sweatshirt and your jacket, anything to keep yourself warm. Kickoff temperatures are already going to be in the lower 50s, and then by the time you're going home, temps will be dropping down into the mid to upper 40s. But overnight, possibly into the upper 30s, but I think most of us stay in the low 40s with increasing cloud cover. And then Saturday, it looks like we'll stay mostly cloudy through the day. We could see a few sprinkles in the morning, but it looks like the better chances for those showers will arrive through the afternoon and into the evening hours. And again, it looks like most of us, most of those showers look to stay off to the south and east, or at least the southeastern half of the tri-state. But starting it off for tonight, we're staying clear here through the afternoon with just generally increasing cloud cover overnight tonight. There's that chance for maybe a few sprinkles there through Saturday morning, but as we get into the afternoon, that's where we'll see maybe a better chance for some more scattered showers working their way in from the west. And again, there may be the chance for a few thunderstorms. It looks like the best odds of that with happening would be off to our southeast there through areas like Bowling Green, but you could even get clipped by a thunderstorm there in Ohio and Muhlenberg County as well, based off of this model. But again, not really expecting anything impactful here. This is just going to be fairly light stuff with maybe a few rumbles of thunder, and that clears out of here pretty quickly overnight into early Sunday morning with just some lingering partly cloudy skies throughout the day Sunday with maybe a sprinkle in the morning. But looking at our rainfall forecast, some folks could pick up a quarter to a half an inch, especially over western Kentucky, but I think much of the tri-state only picks up only picks up a few tenths to a quarter of an inch. Obviously, the farther northwest you go of Evansville, the drier it is expected to be. So looking at your rain chances beyond this weekend, they do fall pretty short. We don't have a whole lot of opportunity through the next 7 days for more rainfall. Looking at our longer range European model, once all those showers clear out of here through early Sunday morning, we'll have high pressure build in through much of next week, and there is maybe an opportunity for a few sprinkles there Tuesday into Wednesday, but outside of that, there's really nothing major that's expected to move through up until we get into Friday and into next weekend with another cold front expected to swing in. And temperatures throughout next week are also expected to gradually warm up above average. So here is that temperature outlook through November 6th through November 10th, also showing that possibility. So our average temperatures usually in the lower 60s. We'll top out in the lower 60s there Monday and Tuesday, but we'll shoot well above that, possibly even into the upper 60s by the time we get into Wednesday. So after taking a look at all the forecasts here in the tri-state, we are still tracking out Melissa. It is now a post-tropical storm. We've got this just meandering low out there. Wind speed still sustained at around 85 miles per hour, moving northeast at around 48 miles per hour. So it is moving out there pretty quick, and it's expected to continue to push out to the North Atlantic and eventually past St. John's by the time we get into tomorrow, and then it's going to be pretty much out of everyone's hair. But taking a look at our 7-day forecast, just taking it full here to give you a little wrap up. We've got some showers on the way for tomorrow, perhaps a few rumbles of thunder, but I'm not expecting anything major moving through. But we can't forget going to bed Saturday night. We've got to set those clocks back an hour so you wake up on time for Sunday, and then temperatures will hang out in the 60s through much of next week, staying on the drier side up until we get into Friday, where our next best chance of rain starts to move in. But that's all I've got here for the forecast. I'm going to transition things over here to Jamie French for a look at your news headlines this afternoon.
Local news and weather throughout the day by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows. At 8:30 a.m., get your First Alert forecast to plan the day ahead and catch up on the news that happened overnight with the 14 News Sunrise team. In the afternoon, get the latest headlines, forecasts, and a preview of the stories we're working on with the 14 First Alert streaming show at 2:30. And get an in-depth look at the 14 First Alert forecast so you're ready for the next big thing with the 14 First Alert weather show at 9 p.m. Watch the 14 First Alert streaming show that fits your schedule and works best for you. Streaming on your phone by downloading the 14 News app and the 14 First Alert weather app. On your smart TV by using the 14 News streaming app. And stream anytime on Facebook, YouTube, or on 14news.com. Stay connected and stay informed by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows on your favorite streaming devices. Live from 14 News, this is a 14 Digital News Desk update.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us for our 2:30 streaming show. I'm Jamie French. Happy Halloween. Rob has the day off, so I am doing our stream show solo for you, but I do want to bring you a couple of news headlines. We're going to start with the 14 News update. It has been 8 months now since the Riverside Drive in Evansville area has been completely closed, and crews say it's going to stay that way for a few more weeks. Evansville Water and Sewer crews are still working to repair the massive sinkhole that opened up in February. Officials targeted the end of October to reopen portions of Riverside to traffic. Now that the end of the month is here, officials say the rain this week slowed down their work. So crews hope to have one lane in each direction open to traffic within the next 2 weeks. Officials do say there is another initiative that's being rolled out to help people who are facing some food insecurity. This is coming up in November. Feed Evansville today says that it is creating a readiness plan with the Commission on Food Security. Now, an administrator says that plan includes a comprehensive list of food resources. That list includes where to access hot meals, food pantries people can go to, and other ways people can get help if they need that. We have been covering this all week long as the possible SNAP pause is coming tomorrow, Saturday, November 1st. So we are trying to find our best ways to help people. We are putting that all on our website, sort of in a big collective list for you. And our Barbara Bellinger is covering this right now with Feed Evansville. She's going to have more tonight on all of those resources and where Evansville residents can go to get some help if those SNAP benefits are paused tomorrow. And of course, we'll continue to keep you updated on the latest with the SNAP benefits and the government shutdown. And if anything changes, of course, we'll let you know. We are going to have these stories and a whole lot more, including a lot of fun Halloween coverage tonight on our shows 14 News at 4, 5, and 6. And then later tonight, Miss Barbara Bellinger will be anchoring our 10 p.m. show with a recap of all the fun Halloween stuff as well. So make sure you tune in. All right, that will wrap things up this afternoon. Thanks for watching and have a great day.